Hello. Okay, so this is a entry drill slash tape reading session, 9th, 10th, 20th September. Again, I don't really have much in terms of a bias just yet, although I do have some levels noted. Premium fair value gaps here. Well, ignore this. This is an old one. This one primarily. Also note how we've been kind of not doing much basically in London overnight. Looks like we're finding support here, although I would love to see price close above this basically, for this to then turn into an inversion fair value gap. And the 930, we managed to close that straight away. That's your first presentation, note that as well. Okay, that's today's first presentation, fair value gap. We're just against this Nadog to take out buy side here. I want to see, can we stay heavy and go here, or are we gonna go to this sell side here? It looks heavy so far. If I was to go on a 15 second, there probably would be some kind of an entry to frame a trade. I think where we can have the stop just below the first presentation, or even the mean threshold here for a good stop loss. You also have these civvies acting, making this a balanced price range. Actually, sorry, this piece of price action here making that a balanced price range. But then again, this isn't all that clear just yet. We just have this fair value gap to work off from, and the opening price is in the high of the org. Reacting to the CE of this. I want the body closing above the Nadog's premium. If we do that, then I can long, but again, yes, just like that, we want to expand higher into this. Just ran the buy side here. These equal highs. We are closing above that, which is a good signature so far. So now we wanted to stay heavy here basically. We wanted to stay in the Nadog's premium part. All the lower PD arrays like Nadog, Org, first presentation, Wake CEs. You're expecting those to act as a support for price. Execution could have been a little bit better, I think, on this one. Oh, and we're just taken out on this, okay. Now I want to see if can we lay a body, can we close below this? So we did close above this CB, making that a balanced price range. Still, I think we can go up. The org's mean threshold, that Ferrari gap, 15 minutes. We have a balanced price range on the 5 minute. That's a hell of a start to our session. So we have balanced price range here. Would have preferred if it didn't close that, but it did. Okay. I'm gonna see if it can stay above the yesterday's first presentation for a gap. I'm just gonna wait and see if it gives another opportunity. Remember, the close is more important to me. The wicks are doing the damage, the bodies are gonna tell you the story. Note the high so far. We've taken buy side liquidity out. This wick here was used to do that. Also note sell side here and sell side here as well. We're approaching the macro as well. Okay, looks good so far. Again, you want to see this accelerate on the lower time frame as well. Okay, we want to see if it can stay above this balanced price range here, this inversion BISI. And small volume imbalance here. Okay, now this wick CE we can take a long at. I think we close, but I don't want to see the 5-minute candle close in the premium. It looks like it will. So okay, about to close. We want to see it close in premium. And I want to see this close in above this inversion. Nope, don't look like it's gonna do that. So we're just gonna have to cancel that. Okay, we're just gonna go to the micro here and QC. Hmm. In 10 minutes, there's no major um like one-sidedness basically, as you can see. We're hanging around this busy. Failed to close in the premium part of this first presentation. Right, we want to see if it stays below this on the 1 minute, like it's showing so far, and we reach here into the sell side. That's under here. Again, it's not doing much. It's like macro is approaching us. 2 minutes remaining. The candle, 5-minute candle closure on your left will be key in determining what we do next. And the first presentation, if you keep an eye on that as well. If you can mount a run here and create a fair value gap that stays open, that's what I want to see. A breakaway gap. Then I want to see if we can get to these equal lows and this low here. Macro starting in 5 seconds. Note your 5-minute candle closure, so we just closed our discount. Small fair, oh, we just closed it. There was a fair value gap there, I just closed it immediately. But it's not showing you anything just yet. Note how it keeps referring back to that first presentation fair value gap, because that's where fair value is at the moment. It would keep referring back to it. And when it starts to move from it with speed, what speed? Breakaway gaps. Then you know something's changed. And now we're ready to mount a run in one direction. Now you want to see that BISI that's just forming, if it forms into a BISI, that is. You want to see that stay open. And just like that. And then if it does stay open, then I would want to see, and we then mount a run up into that high that's just created. So far, we're looking good. Oh, just try to close that. It's preferred if it stays open. And you saw it being closed. Also note the highest wick in this area, which is this. You want to note how we close on this 5 minutes. Can we close below not just this wick, but the first presentation and the org's midpoint? Because if we do, and we're inside of a macro at time of the day, and if, and this is the X factor, if we then show you a displacement to the downside with CBs that stay open, then it becomes very, very high probability for a short here and here, okay? So it's if this happens, then that. It's not simply, oh, okay, well, it just failed to go here, I'm just going to short. No, okay? Because it's, like, look at this. This looks schizophrenic to me. You know, it's trying to find its bearings. Do you obviously know that stayed below than a dog so far? You want to see if this stays open. You get a displacement below that, then that can be something you can use combined with this for your stop. Your entry could be on this retest of this wick, this order block here. But I want to see a displacement. I want to see it leave this range, this back and forth price delivery, buy side, sell side, buy side, sell side, buy side, sell side delivery of price. You want to see it leave that area. And again, we prefer if this stays open, but that's we'll see what happens. Not a trade yet, okay? Nothing there looks tradable so far. Unless I get displacement with energy like this, and that's staying open. So on the wick CE of that, I'm going to short. Stop is above the first presentation fair value gap CB that we just left. Now I want to see it take off, spread its wing from here. Go to this area as a first target. If you had more lots on, then we would aim at this busy and this volume imbalance. But for all of that to occur, we need to see it move, basically. Leave this area as well. Pull stronger below here. Lay a body right through the mean threshold of this. Me done for the session.